Hi, thank you for joining us at my desk in San Francisco. Coseer is software to automate language-driven workflows at your enterprise. We have a suite of products across a range of industries that take natural language or unstructured data in your repositories or in public domain and automate either a decision, a task, or a workflow with 95 to 98% accuracy. We deploy within 4 to 12 weeks, and this is what we call tactical cognitive computing. All right, here we go. So Coseer is tactical cognitive computing software that automates language-driven workflows at enterprises. In the next 10 minutes, we will go into the depths of this concept. But if you think that you need more information, just feel free to visit our website or just write to me. There's just tons we can speak about. So let's start with the basics. What is cognitive computing? And I know IBM has their own definitions, industry experts say different things, but really this is what it comes down to. All the enterprises have access to so much data. But really there are three kinds of information over here: natural language, unstructured information, and structured information that we care about. What we do is we take these information from repositories or in any format through ETLs and apply some advanced data analytics on it, using that information to do one of the three things. One is to extract information. So if it's not in a table, if it's embedded in a language, it's hiding behind we can extract that information. We also take that information and other signals gathered from the data to capture ideas free from their articulation. It's saying that the idea is captured in an abstract and is not dependent on keywords or images or other such things. And the third thing we do is that to use this information and use these abstraction to build cognitive models. Cognitive models are basically a hierarchy of these ideas which interrelate them and rank them in terms of the importance. But if you think about it, these three basic steps taken together can be very, very powerful. And when you make a model using these three steps and train it on the right training set, then you can get some amazing outputs like automated decisions, automated tasks, or even automated workflows. If you visit our website, you will see these are different industries where the Coseer solutions are being used. If you don't see your industry here, doesn't matter, we can still be applicable. The Coseer solution is really across industries, truly general purpose in that nature. This section of the website also has a lot of resources related to every industry. You have the products that are being used, demos, case studies, videos, white papers, blogs, and other resources. Similarly, you can research more about products. We are a general purpose cognitive solution, and we train for each specific client and application to deploy within 4 to 12 weeks and get 95 to 98% accuracy. However, there's certain use cases that have been pre-templated and pre-trained for. There's still some training required. So for example, Coseer is a product that can extract all the information hidden in a document, or millions of them, or in reviews, in customer logs, in product brochures, and in other documents in there. Similarly, Coseer is the product that builds up the ideas into a cognitive model, which can then maybe power a chatbot, it can power a mobile app, and different things. I would again highly encourage you to visit here. Our brand of cognitive computing is called tactical cognitive computing. The whole idea is that cognitive computing should not be a strategic decision taken by a CEO or a BU head, but a tactical decision taken by directors and VPs of different organizations. The other idea behind this is to really give accurate solutions. So if you think about in any artificial intelligence, the accuracy of the system really is dependent how specific of a problem that system is solving. And we trade off the specificity. The design has been made with the idea that we have to go in and train the model and write a new model or customize the model for specific situations and get 95 to 98% accuracy. This is the accuracy we are getting in some of our projects that are already live. The reason we are able to do it is the whole concept of accelerated training. So if you have a huge black box and you have a set of variables coming in and a set of variables going out and something doesn't work, you have to retrain it almost from the beginning. And, you have changed the model or you do something, and that is what the training part, the verification part, and the redesigning part is what takes the most time in a normal artificial intelligence system. What we have done is broken it down to really small individualized components which can be trained individually, so that not only you get complete transparency, your training of the overall system becomes accelerated. And you add in a third component, which is that everything runs over regular hardware. This solution becomes very accessible for large as well as small problems. And that's the third leg of our tactical pitch. You don't have to have a problem like a call center with 10 million calls per year for this to be applicable. The problems could be much smaller and this could be equally productive. There are other proprietary elements of our technology which go behind the scenes to make this tactical cognitive computing possible. Please write to us. We will be happy to talk more about it and give you more sense in that. If you look at the cognitive computing players for enterprise, there's a lot of buzz around it. If you leave out the hardware players, and if you leave out image only vendors, and similarly natural language generation vendors. Now we do have NLG capabilities, but we have limited our NLG capabilities to wrap around our own solutions. Then there's this category of application specific point solutions. These are players who have taken the point of view that they will go after either a sector or an application or a cross section of a sector and application, and that will drive the accuracy in their systems. Remember, we talked about how accuracy in an artificial intelligence or cognitive computing system is inversely correlated to the breadth you have in your solution. We think these solutions are still too broad. Either they still require further training, or they pitch kind of just a plug and play model which is nowhere close to accuracy. Then there are sector-specific general-purpose cognitive solutions. So Apexio is in healthcare, and Fentium is in education. Now you're getting into our competitive landscape, and the people we really think of our competitors are the general-purpose cognitive solutions. Versus these players on this board, our tactical cognitive computing advantage really dominates. Now, this landscape is evolving very, very fast, and this is true as of August 2016. But I'm sure if we make another page like this in December, something will be completely different. Let me take a moment to talk about the typical engagement that we do with our clients. Basically, there are three stages. The first is the design stage, and this could take as long as 6 to 9 months or as less as a couple of weeks, depending on how immediate the need is and how fast the client is willing to move. And then we get into this co-build phase where we and the client together build the solution. This is the 4 to 12 week deployment phase. When the solution is deployed eventually, we of course support and scale, but also we are very mindful of the quality, and we in fact periodically audit those results of the solution or have some other mechanism for continuous audit. And this is why we can come back and report to you that our systems are running at 95 to 98% accuracy.
Next up, I will show you three clips, each for one use case across three different industries. One is healthcare, then finance, then consumer. The best part about these clips is that they are not in my voice.
In healthcare, a provider has to deal with up to 10 million different SKUs, each of which comes with its own brochure, a surgical protocol, a white paper, and other documentation. For the first time, it has been possible to make a comprehensive product database from these tens of millions of highly technical documents based on Coseer's cognitive technology. Our self-training systems learn from the existing data, identify the key gaps in the dataset, and fill those gaps from the internet. For high-risk situations like legal or healthcare, the system gets machine-assisted human approval. Each time, Coseer creates a completely auditable data trail. In a recent benchmarking study compared to humans, not only did Coseer find 12% more data items, its accuracy was impeccable.
For private wealth management industry, we use cognitive technology to generate crisp, actionable talking points. They help executives engage with their clients better. For example, on this page we have a list of news about Apple as published on a single day by a popular service. The same day, Coseer processed 1,100 documents for Apple. We found that this contained only 8 key messages. We prioritize these messages as per their call to action. All these messages about stocks or asset classes are collected together as per end-user portfolios. To financial institutions, Coseer also offers many APIs to work with existing IT systems. The end result is sharper focus and better engagement with clients.
For sectors where regulations, policies, and rules create a complicated picture even for employees, and more so for end customers. Coseer's cognitive technology parses through this complex legal web and creates very intuitive user flows. For example, consider the sentence out of an auto insurance policy. Coseer's clause-based analysis identifies the various associations, fulcrum points, and conditionalities, eventually creating a very intuitive model. These models can be converted to delightful user flows on mobile or web. The models are validated over call center transcripts, Q&A forums, and other such training sets. If needed, the models can be taken through a machine-assisted human confirmation process and are completely auditable. Now you can create auto wizards and decision trees for every interaction with customers, from onboarding to cross-selling, without scarring them or your employees.
So thanks again for your time today. Please write to me or reach out to any of us if you need more information.
Coseer is
a cognitive computing software
that automate language-driven tasks
language-driven tasks for enterprises.
language driven tasks for enterprises.